So welcome back to Dubai.
Oh, loving it. Look at the weather.
You've been here for a week now. Has it been
Yeah,
good?
it's time to head back. Day after tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Look, while you were here,
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, you've worked at Amazon Prime, you've
Yeah.
worked at Netflix, you've had a whole career in the media sector.
Yeah.
When you look at media now, what do you see? Because I've got an observation and a thought that I'm going to share with you in a second, but I want to know what you think about it.
I think it's what we were just chatting about a while earlier, right? I think one of the biggest things I've noticed, which has not been happening just now, we were chatting about it the last time as well.
Yeah.
Everyone is a content creator and producer now.
Yeah.
Social media has blurred the lines so much that, frankly, you are a really good content creator. I can claim to be one. You know what I mean? And so is everyone with a phone, right?
Yeah,
so the definition of media, and therefore how as marketeers we do targeting, how we build our profiles, how we used to build personas, has just completely gone out of the window.
Totally agree.
Right?
At every level, production, distribution,
everything.
the P&L of content.
Like, for example, think about it. If you and I were doing this video even 5 years back,
Yeah.
not so much back, we'd have like
A
three
whole
crew members,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, absolutely.
Today we have our fine gentleman with a phone.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, absolutely.
So I think because of the leaps and bounds that tech has taken, both the hardware and the software part of it, it's just made it so much easier to express ourselves. I think that's obviously number one. And I think for me as a marketer, I think it's very important to know where expression has shifted.
That's interesting.
For example, if I were to build a media plan that's only targeted at what people are watching and consuming, but not where people are expressing,
Yeah.
that I would be missing out, if not 50%, at least 40 to 30% of where people's media time is being spent today.
So let me ask you this, right? Because you've just touched on a few very resonant, pertinent points about what I'm going to share with you. I think that the last few years in mainstream and streaming media, if we categorise those dimensions of the market as that, have really, really crushed P&Ls and balance sheets and put such a focus on profitability, which has accentuated how quickly the creator economy has grown, because the P&L of the creator economy is totally different. Like you said, production costs really low, distribution's really easy, distribution channels are very successful, very highly monetized and global. You can turn something around in 24 hours. So if you took the three lanes of media as mainstream media, well-established media, we all know those brands, streaming media, streaming's big now, again, newer but very well-established brands, and then the creator economy. I think what's happened is you're getting this convergence, this magnetic north that is actually bringing all of those things together, and the cross-pollination of what happens in each one of those is forming the shared characteristics of what the media industry is becoming.
I couldn't have put it better myself. If you think about it, traditional media, for it to reach critical mass, anywhere between 60 to 70 years or more. Streaming media, anywhere between 20 odd years for the likes of Netflix to have gotten to where it did, Prime Video, etc., much faster, simply because of traction and everything else. That creator economy, less than 5 years. Like we didn't even know the term creator about 5 to 6 years back. If we and I talk about you're building a big community, which is a very unique community. If I, in my role as a marketer, if I am not able to see the often blurred lines between these three, I am really missing out on something. What I mean by that is I cannot turn a blind eye to traditional media because there is a huge part of my audience still consuming it.
Of course.
Yes, the intensity and duration has reduced and it has shifted to streaming media, which is great for us because that's where my focus is. But then there is the creator economy, which is either driving attention to or from both of us. So how do you balance your planning, your thinking, and even your brand strategy to support all through? So it's the holy trinity, isn't it? And it's like all parts of a triangle. It's very delicately balanced. I dare say we don't always get it right, but Perhaps this year, probably I'm seeing a lot of reports around how the creator economy will mature, how we will probably finally differentiate the wheat from the chaff. With all due respect, not all creators are all that great.
Oh, absolutely.
The audience will learn to differentiate specifically with regards to the creators and content. If, let's say, speaking about the creator community, if there is three ways of monetization: one is views, second is brand deals, third is just stuff that they sell. I think that's great. I mean, the minute you start to put monies on that, it just tells you who's the wheat and who's the chaff, right? So back to your point, I do think that this year we will see a lot of consolidation, at least in the creator economy, with brands realizing that vanity metrics like awareness and likes and follows may not be enough. It's not quite adding up. We need to go further into their world and bring them further into our world and find quality creators to interact with.
Yeah, I actually think there are so many creators, as was underlined from the 1 billion followers summit here in Dubai
you
only a
attended
few
that,
weeks
yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
You know, there are a lot of creators, both brands and individuals, that are already way beyond just likes and comments.
Correct.
You know, they are
Correct.
monetizing with a sophisticated ecosystem of
Very,
digital products.
very.
Dipashree, we should probably wrap it up there as a
Yes.
short interview, but I always love it when you're in Dubai. I'm always excited about what you're up to, and thanks for coming to see me and
Thank you
spending
for
the time.
having me again, Chris. It's such a pleasure talking to you about everything that you're doing. And every time I come, I feel like you're doing more and more. So gotta bottle up some of that energy and bring it back to me.
You're
bring it back
welcome.
with me to Singapore.
You're welcome to. Thanks,
Thank you.
Dipashree.
Thank you.